Yeah. In this video, we'll be seeing, we'll be creating we'll be writing an example using a custom object. How we are storing a custom object in a collection. Okay, I'll be taking an example of employee. I'll be storing the employee details in a uh, array list or in array list. Okay. Okay. So let's say here we have employee object. The employee is having the properties like employee ID. Every employee will be having employee ID. I'll be taking the employee ID as an int. Okay. So every employee will be having a name. So I'll say employee name. Okay. I'll be taking names, right? So it should be a string. Okay. So every employee will be having the mobile number. I'll be taking the long as a mobile number. So I'll take mobile number. Of course, every employee will be having a address and all. So I'll be taking the address. Okay. So as we don't want to give these data members to the outside to the hackers. I can say that if we don't want to give these data members to the outside people, so what we have to do? We have to write private modifiers. We have to write private modifiers, private modifiers. Okay. So after giving all the properties, what you have to do is for all these properties, you have to generate the setters and getters. So how to generate? Right click on your IDE, generate. Here you'll be getting an option called generate setter and getter. Okay. So I'll be using generate setter and getter. Fine. Cool. So we have generated the setters and getters for the employee ID, setters and getters for the employee name. You can see here employee name and setter and getter for the employee mobile number and setter and getter for the address of an employee. Okay. So why we are generating setters and getters? Setters will be used to set the data to the setters will be used to set the data and getters will be used to get the data. For example, if I want to set the employee ID, I'll be using set employee ID method. If I want to get an employee ID, I'll be using get employee ID method, which will be returning the employee ID. Okay. So let's go and write the client application. Okay, I'll say create Java class. I'll be giving this as a employee client application. Okay. So here we have main method. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'll be creating an object of employee. Employee equals to new employee. New employee. I'll be uh, setting the properties of employee. So employee is having a employee ID, right? Employee dot set EMP ID. So let's say employee IDs I'm giving as 1. Okay, you can give 2, 3, something like that. So it is don't ask that why you are giving 1 only. You can give any number you want. The ID employee ID should be an integer. Okay, employee dot set employee name. So you should be giving the employee name. Let me give the employee name as John Abraham. Okay, so we have one more property to set, employee dot set what mobile number. I'll be giving the mobile number as some mobile number. Okay, then employee is having one more property, right? Address, set address. He'll be setting the address. I'll be saying Mumbai. Okay, so this is the one employee object. Likewise, you have to create a 2 or 3 employees and store all these employee details in a collection so that in future if you want it you can able to retrieve the employee details. Okay, so let's say I'll be creating a one more employee object, employee 1 equals to new employee again. So employee 1 dot set again employee ID. I'll be giving the employee ID as 2. Okay, it should be unique, right? The employee ID should be unique from employee to employee. Employee 1 dot set employee name. I'll be giving the employee name as Dwayne Johnson. Okay. So I'll be giving there is a one more property. What is that after the employee name? Set mobile number. Okay. You should set the mobile number of the employer. Be giving some mobile number. Okay. Then we have the last property, which is address. Set employee address. So I'll be saying this LA. Okay. So you can create n number of employees. You can create n number of employees and you can store in a list. Okay. As of now, what I'm doing is I'll be creating two employees. I'll be storing these employees in a array list. You can use linked list as well to store it. Okay, there is no problem in it. But as of now, we are discussing array list. So let's use array list. Okay. So a array list equals to new array list. So we have to tell the array list, hey array list, we are only taking the employee related objects only. So this is called generics. Generics will tell that what type of data you are going to store in your array list. So if it is an employee, you have to give employee. If it is a product, you have to give product. Okay, but there is no product class we have created, right? So as of now, we have an employee class. We will be giving the employee. Okay, if it is a string, you can give string. Okay, if it is an integer value you are storing in a list, which we have done over here. Okay, we have given integer, right? So you have to give integer. Okay, something like that. Based on the type of data you are storing in a list. So in a list, in an array, in a any collection, you can assume that whatever the collection you are writing, you have to tell that collection what type of data you are going to store in that collection. So as of now, I'll be storing the employee. Fine. So now I'll say array list dot add employee. I'll be adding the employee one. Array list dot add. I'll be adding the employee two. Is a employee one object. Fine. Good. Now I'll be displaying the employee data. So when I say array list, it will display the employee data. Let's see. It shouldn't be displaying, it should be displaying the reference numbers. So let's see what it will do. So it is giving the reference numbers. Okay, what we have to do in this case. So there is a toString method. There is a toString method. We have to use the toString method. Okay, so how to write the toString method? Simple. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to put any effort on this one. So just go to your employee class, right click, okay, make a right click and you will be seeing getter generate. Okay, so in generate here you can see equals toString method. Okay, just click on toString method. So it will ask you to select the properties you want to include in toString method. Okay, so let's say I don't want to include mobile number. Okay, I'll select only the name and the integer. Okay, so I'll write it. Okay, if you want to include mobile number, you can include it, but I don't want to show the mobile number to each and everyone. Okay, so let's say right click, run as Java application. This time you can see the data which you are showing. Employee 1. So employee ID is 1. Name is John Abraham and address is Mumbai. And we have an employee 2. His ID is 2. And we are showing only employee name and the address. So if you want to show the if you want to show the your mobile number as well, just right click on that toString method, just go to the toString method and involve entire thing. Okay, it will be replacing the existing toString method. Say yes, so it is replaced. Okay, simple, right? So just now go to the client application, run as a Java application. Now this time it will show the mobile number as well. See, before it was not showing the mobile number. Now it is showing the mobile number. So in a toString, so using toString method, So you are displaying the data over here. Okay. So each and every class. So these are the custom class, right? Employees in a custom class. When it comes to the string, string is a predefined class which is given by the Java. So they have already overridden the toString method. Okay, they have the toString method in their string class. So that's why we can able to see. That's why we can able to see the information. String class, integer class, float class, double class, all these classes are having the, you know, all these classes are overridden actually. Okay, here I have to write a SOT of collection. If I say collection, it should show 50, 100, 200, 300, 400. Let's see whether it will show or not. Why it will show? Because the toString method is there in that integer class. In this integer class, there is a toString method. There is a toString method. See, there is a toString method in this integer class. You can check here. This is toString method. We have an integer class. So it will be displaying the data. Okay, fine. So that's all about this array list. Okay. So let's see the next concept, vector. Okay. Thank you all.